When introduced into the play, Macbeth is established as a warrior hero whose bravery and power on the battlefield brings him great honor from the king. However, he is a human being whose private ambitions are made clear to the audience through his soliloquies. Despite being portrayed as a fearless character early in the play, Macbeth is concerned by the prophecies of the witches, and his thoughts remain confused. Macbeth's character in the play is a progressive one. As the plot proceeds, his good qualities begin to slowly disappear, and his evil side starts to become more and more apparent. As when Macbeth is informed of this honor by messengers, it whets his appetite to become king, since he is convinced that these witches really can foretell the future. Some noticeable qualities that we see in Macbeth are his bravery. Macbeth is introduced into the play as a brave warrior hero, whose actions on the battlefield helps him receive great honor from the king. For brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave. His ambition. It was his evil conscience that made him start. When he is informed that Duncan had made a Thane of Cawdor, he begins to be tempted by the suggestions of the words of the witches, and allows his ambitious thoughts to have full sway. Or hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter. His treachery. At first, he abhors the idea of acting treacherously to Duncan with horror, as he says, "My thought, whose murder is but fantastical, shakes so a single state of man that function is smothered in surmise." He appears to be half determined to give up the project, but when he meets Lady Macbeth, the fall soon comes. She knows well the weak points in his character, and at once he is taunted with cowardice, irresolution, and weakness. Lady Macbeth clearly shows him the little effort he requires to perform the act of regicide, and at last he eventually gives way. Historical context. Macbeth was most likely written in 1606, early in the reign of James I, who had been James VI of Scotland before he succeeded to the English throne in 1603. James was a patron of Shakespeare's acting company, and of all the plays Shakespeare wrote under James's reign, Macbeth most clearly reflects the playwright's close relationship with the sovereign. In focusing on Macbeth, a figure from Scottish history, Shakespeare paid homage to his king's Scottish lineage. It is here that we are able to see that Macbeth conforms to a Jacobean society's perception of a king, as he is willing to perform the roles upheld to him. Macbeth is often described as a tragic hero, and contributing to this is the prophecies given to him by the witches, Lady Macbeth's influence and plan, and this intensified ambition all contributed greatly to his degeneration of character, which resulted to his downfall.